Hello my friends, welcome to the Electric Viking. Now thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. It's massive, really means a lot to me. So once again, thanks guys. I appreciate your support. I'm going to try and keep nailing the videos, bringing out good content. And you know what? I think here is a really crazy story. The crazy part about this is that it actually appears to be legitimate. Mostly anyway, mostly. I'll tell you what part is legitimate and what part is not. Now, there's a Chinese car company that is a real car company, makes real cars, sells real cars. In fact, it sold 4,000 cars last month in China alone, that says they have a 600 kilowatt or 810 horsepower hot hatch, hyper hatch, insane hatch, supercar hatch, which will beat a Tesla Model S Plaid and beat the Rimac Nevera, or the Rimac Nevera as it's technically called. This is utterly insane. Now, why does this matter? You're probably thinking, come on Viking, I don't care about these fast cars. Well, I'm telling you now, these are the cars that lead the market. Once the aspirational cars are all EVs, then it means you're buying a non-aspirational car if you buy a petrol or diesel vehicle. So once all sports cars, supercars, or basically all of them become battery powered only, because that is the fastest, the coolest, the newest, the best, then what happens to the market? Well, the market more quickly accelerates to being EV only, because that is what everyone wants. Now, you've got to admit that a part of the buying decision is emotional. And if you're influenced by the emotion of speed, then you're more likely to buy an EV. And so are your friends. Now, why does buying an EV matter? If you're watching this channel and you think, well, so what? I don't care about EVs. Well, I can tell you why it matters to you and why it should matter to you. Because every single day, you're breathing in toxic fumes. Pretty much no matter where you live, unless you live out on some farmland in the middle of nowhere. If you're 95% of the world's population, you're breathing in toxic, cancer-causing fumes. They do cause cancer. It's been proven. Both diesel and petrol or gas vehicles do actually cause cancer. So it's in your best interest to support the EV movement. It's in mine. It's in the interest of our kids. It makes total sense. If your emotions prevent you from seeing this, then you, my friend, are just an idiot. So this insane new EV is called the Weltmeister Champion, and it's built by Weltmeister. Now, Weltmeister say that this car will do 1.8 seconds from 0 to 62 miles an hour, or 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, which would mean it would technically be faster than the 1.85 seconds that the Rimac Nevera does, and the Tesla Model S Plaid does it about 2 seconds flat. That is insane. It's insane because this is actually a hatchback. Sure, they've stuck on some carbon fiber bits. They've stuck on a big carbon fiber wing to apparently help downforce. They've stuck on a big carbon fiber splitter. Apparently, much of the car is actually carbon fiber, which helps to reduce the weight and increase the speed. And also, it's four-wheel drive. Obviously, a rear-wheel drive or front-wheel drive car would be virtually impossible to get this kind of performance out of rear-wheel drive or front-wheel drive. Now, how legit is this company? Well, and who the hell are Weltmeister? Well, Weltmeister is an electric car brand that is owned by WM Motor Technology Company Limited, who are a Shanghai-based automotive company specialized in the creation of battery electric vehicles. And they're one of about 400 EV companies in China alone. Incredible. Now, Weltmeister actually launched their first production car, the EX5, in May of 2018 at the Beijing Auto Show, with deliveries starting in September 2018. WM investors include Chinese technology companies Baidu and Tencent. So, for Baidu and Tencent to actually invest in this company, it has to be a legitimate company. It really does. Tencent have made some very astute, very intelligent investment decisions. In fact, I believe they're responsible for the single most intelligent investment decision ever made by a company in history, or at least in the last 20 years anyway, when they invested in Tesla very, very early in the game, and they've made, I think, over $10 billion from that investment. Incredible. Now, right now, Weltmeister vehicles are manufactured at WM Motors' self-owned and operated manufacturing facility in Wenzhou, Zhejiang province, which has an annual capacity of over 100,000 units. WM Motor also maintains R&D facilities in China, Germany, and also in the United States. Now, WM Motor was founded in January 2015 by Freeman Shen, who was a former executive at Geely and later the chairman of Volvo's Chinese operations. Now, prior to WM, Freeman also co-founded and was CEO of Patio Group, a leading vehicle connectivity and telematics company. There's one other thing that I found interesting to note. WM Motor operates a proprietary app called Get and Go, which is primarily aimed at offering search, navigation, and payment options for public chargers in China. As of October 2019, the Get and Go app has registered 200,000 public chargers to the service through its partnerships with public charging providers, including the State Grid. That was in 2019 and of October of 2019. I can't find up-to-date numbers, but as of 2021 August, nearly 2 years later, that number surely must be quite a bit bigger. So what models do they sell? They have 4 different models, excluding this new insane hyperhatch, which are the Weltmeister E5, which came out in 2021, and that's an electric compact sedan. The second model is the EX5, which came out in 2018, and that's an electric compact SUV. The third model is an EX6, which came out in 2019. That's an electric mid-sized SUV. And the fourth model is the W6, an electric compact SUV, which came out in 2021. Now, Weltmeister is saying this is a track-only vehicle. Well, obviously this version is, but there's no way in hell they're going to spend all the money and time developing this vehicle to make it track-only when it's not that hard to turn it into road as well. Now, based on information sourced by AutoHome, apparently the battery is 1,400 kilowatt hours, which is impossible. So I'm going to guess that that is a misprint, and I think the battery is more likely to be the same size as the battery in its donor vehicle, which is actually the W6. Now, the W6 comes with a 69 kilowatt hour battery. More than likely, that'll be the exact same battery in this hatch. So obviously the battery, being that size, is not going to last for all that long. But remember, guys, if you buy a sports car, how long does your small petrol tank run out of fuel? Actually, really quick. It's one of those things that people don't know, but range is an issue with petrol cars as well, not just with electric vehicles. Now, WM has claimed they're not competing with Tesla. Well, I'm not sure how that's true, but they're saying they are aiming for the mainstream market instead. Maybe when they said this, they were referring to their other cars. The price for their SUV version of this vehicle is $27,000 US. So I agree, that's quite a bit cheaper than the Tesla Model Y, which is the base model in China is just over $40,000. So that would make sense if that's what they're saying. Now, apparently at the Chengdu Auto Show on August 29, which is in a few days from now, they will actually unveil the full concept. Now, the one part of the story that I think is complete bullshit, false, 100% false. I wish it were true, but unfortunately it's false. WM claim that it will be the first level 4 driverless mass-produced car. Now, they're saying it's going to be mass-produced, but then they're saying it's a track-only car. So obviously, if they're saying it's going to be mass-produced, it's not track-only. They've confirmed that in that statement. But the lie here is that it's going to have level 4 autonomous driving. That's not going to happen. It may have that in a few years, possible, not likely, but possible, but it definitely won't have level 4 enabled autonomous driving, because no car that you can to its competitors in China, such as Neo, Xpeng, and Li Auto. Well, in June, WM sold over 4,000 vehicles. That almost doubled the number of EVs that they sold in the same month last year. But for comparison's sake, their competitors all sold around 8,000 cars or a bit less, all with a higher price tag. So there has to be some kind of challenges here being faced by the company. And I think they're reacting to that challenge of trying to become a more well-known automaker by building this superhatch. Fingers crossed that this thing is real, it's legit, and it comes to the market everywhere, because it's awesome and I love it. Thanks for watching the channel. Fantastic to see you again. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye-bye.